Hey everybody, I'm Mike. This is Moose. I got two questions for you. Have you ever looked at somebody's model online and said to yourself, I'll never be that good? Or have you ever been afraid to start a model because you thought you'd ruin it? Well, every confident modeler you admire has been exactly where you are. Building confidence as a beginner modeler is next on Modeling with Mike. And welcome back, and let's start this video off by talking about why beginners lose confidence. And there are three confidence killers that I've come up with. Number one is comparing yourself to experienced builders, and you can do this two ways that I'll talk about. Number one, you're seeing years of experience condensed into a finished photo. When beginners look at incredible models online, they see the finished product, not the years of practice, failed techniques, and hundreds of hours that went into creating it. It's easy to compare your first few builds to someone else's 100th build without realizing you're comparing completely different stages of the journey. And number two, you forget that everyone has failed builds. Even highly experienced modelers have built models that went badly, made frustrating mistakes, and simply ended up in the trash. Failure isn't evidence that you're a bad modeler. It's evidence that you're learning. The number two confidence killer is expecting perfection too soon. Remember two things from this. The first kits are about learning, not proving yourself. Your first kit doesn't have to demonstrate how good you are. Its job is to teach you how the hobby works. Think about that first model as practice that you get to keep, rather than a test you have to pass. And also remember that mistakes are part of developing skills. You can't learn to build clean seams, apply decals, or paint properly without occasionally getting something wrong. Every mistake gives you information about what to do differently on the next model. And the third confidence killer is thinking that every mistake kills the model, such as bad decals. Almost every beginner eventually struggles with decals that silver, fold, over, tear, or simply refuse to cooperate. Instead of seeing bad decal as ruining your model, look at it as an opportunity to learn techniques like using decal setting solutions, preparing the surface properly, and handling decals more carefully. Glue marks. Glue marks can be especially frustrating because they seem like a permanent reminder of a mistake. But learning how much glue to use, where to apply it, and how to clean up excess adhesives is simply another skill that comes with practice. Uneven paint. Getting perfectly smooth paint takes practice, whether you're using a brush or an airbrush. Your first attempts may have brush marks, uneven coverage, or imperfections, and that's perfectly normal when you're learning how your paints and equipment behave. And poor seams. Getting seams perfectly smooth can be one of the biggest challenges for a beginner because it involves several skills at once, such as alignment, glue application, sanding, filling, and checking your work. The good news is that seam work is a skill that gets dramatically better with repetition, and you'll only notice the improvement from one kit to the next. Now, let's talk about the reality check. And that reality is every great modeler was once a beginner. You've got to remember two things here. Number one, skill develops over time. Nobody becomes an expert modeler overnight. Skills like clean assembly, painting, filling seams, and applying decals and weathering are developed through repetition, experimentation, and learning from mistakes. Your 10th model should be better than your first, and that's the progress you should be looking for. And also remember, confidence comes after experience, not before it. A lot of beginners think they need to feel confident before they can tackle a difficult technique or build a model. In reality, you build confidence by doing the thing you're nervous about, learning that you can handle mistakes and discovering that you're capable of more than you initially thought. So that brings me to a blueprint to improve your beginner confidence. And we have 5 steps to this blueprint. Step 1, choose kits that match your skill level. Don't make your first project the most complicated kit available. It can be tempting to jump straight into an advanced kit because it looks impressive, but that can quickly become overwhelming. Choose something that challenges you a little without requiring you to master 10 techniques at once. Build success early. Your first few models should give you opportunities to experience success, even if they're not perfect. Finishing a relatively straightforward kit can give you the confidence to tackle something a little more challenging on your next build. Step 2 to the blueprint. Focus on improvement, not perfection. Ask yourself the following 2 questions. Number 1, did I learn something? Instead of looking at your first model and focusing on everything that went wrong, ask yourself what you learned during the build. If you learned a new technique or how to avoid a mistake the next time, your build was successful. Also ask yourself, is this build better than my last? Don't compare your model to somebody else's masterpiece. Compare it to your own previous work. If your seams are cleaner, your paint is smoother, or your decals are better than they were last time, hey, you're making progress. Step number 3 is master one skill at a time, such as better brush painting. Don't try to become an expert painter overnight. Concentrate on one improvement at a time, such as getting smoother coverage, using thinner coats, or learning better brush control. Cleaner assembly. Pay attention to how parts fit together and how you handle seams and joints. Learning to dry fit parts, use the right amount of glue, and clean up the joints will make a noticeable difference in your next few builds. Better decals. Decals can be intimidating, but they're a skill that improves dramatically with practice. Learn how to prepare the surface, position a decal, and use setting solutions properly, and you'll quickly see better results. And improved weathering. You don't need to learn every weathering technique at once. Try one technique, perhaps a wash, dry brushing, or light chipping, and concentrating on making that technique look good before adding something else. Step 4 is finish your models. Remember 2 things here. Number 1, completed builds teach you more than abandoned projects. An unfinished model can teach you something, but completing a build forces you to work through the problems that inevitably appear along the way. You learn how to recover from mistakes, solve problems, and keep moving forward. And those lessons are extremely valuable. Also remember, finishing creates confidence. There's something powerful about putting the final piece on your model and being able to say, I built that. Even if the model isn't perfect, completing it proves to yourself that you can start something, overcome the obstacles, and finish it. And finally, step 5 of the blueprint. Celebrate your progress. Keep photos of older builds. Take pictures of your models, even the ones you aren't particularly proud of. Those photos become a record of your journey and give you something to compare against as your skills improve. And also look back at your improvement. When you're frustrated with your current model, pull up a picture of something you built a year ago. Seeing how much you improved can be one of the best confidence boosters because it reminds you that you really are improving. And even when you don't notice the improvement day to day. Now, of course, we can't have a video about confidence without bringing in the old social media problem, which is weighing inspiration against intimidation. Online communities can not only inspire people, but they also create unrealistic expectations. Social media has made it easier to see incredible models, learn techniques, and connect with other modelers. The problem comes when inspiration turns into comparison and beginners start believing their own models should look like the work they're seeing online. To keep this from happening and keep your confidence up, remember the following 3 things. Number 1, most people only show their best work. Think about your own modeling bench. You probably wouldn't post a picture of every model that gave you trouble or every failed attempt. Most modelers naturally share their best builds, which means beginners are often seeing the highlight reel rather than the full journey. Remember that photos hide mistakes. A finished model photograph can make a build look almost flawless, but a photograph doesn't always show the things like rough seams, small paint imperfections, crooked parts, or other problems. Don't judge your work against a carefully staged photograph when you're looking at your own model under a bright workbench light from 6 inches away. Oh, and for God's sake, remember, a contest-winning model may represent years of practice. When you see an award-winning model, you're seeing the result of hundreds or potentially thousands of hours of practice and experience. It's unfair to compare that level of craftsmanship to your first few builds because you're comparing the end result of someone else's journey to the beginning of yours. Remember, the goal isn't a perfect model. The goal is becoming a better modeler. And with that in mind, I've come up with a challenge that'll help you build your confidence through building models. It's called the Confidence Build Challenge. I want you to try it on your next model. And there's 5 steps to this. Number 1, pick a kit you actually want to build. Choose a subject that generally interests you rather than simply choosing a kit because someone says it's the right one for a beginner. If you're excited about the subject, you're much more likely to stay motivated when you encounter a difficult step. Number 2, do not chase perfection. Go into the build with the understanding that there will probably be mistakes, and that's okay. The goal isn't to produce a contest-winning model. It's to produce the best model you can while learning something along the way. Number 3, learn one new technique. Pick one specific skill you want to improve during this build, such as better seam work, brush painting, decals, washes, or dry brushing. By limiting yourself to one new technique, you can concentrate on actually learning it instead of becoming overwhelmed by trying to learn everything at once. Number 4, actually finish the model. Make finishing the model the primary objective, even if you aren't satisfied with every part of it. A finished model gives you something tangible to be proud of and teaches you how to work through problems rather than giving up when things don't go perfectly. And 5, compare it to your previous build. When you're finished, put this model next to a previous one and look for improvements rather than flaws. Maybe the seams are cleaner, the paint is smoother, or the decals look better. These small improvements are evidence that your skills are developing and your confidence should grow along with it. So, let's wrap this all up in a bow with some final thoughts. And the main thing here to remember is that confidence comes from building. If you remember 3 things from this, remember these 3. Number 1, don't wait until you're comfortable to start. It's easy to tell yourself, I'll try that when I'm good enough. But that day may never come if you keep waiting. You don't need confidence to begin. You just need the willingness to give it a try and accept that you might make some mistakes. Number 2, start building and the confidence will come. Every time you successfully solve a problem, learn a technique, or finish a model, you're giving yourself another reason to believe in your abilities. Confidence isn't something that suddenly appears. It's something you build, one model and one experience at a time. And 3, remember, every model teaches you something. Even a model that didn't turn out exactly as you hoped isn't a wasted effort if you learn something from it. Every build gives you experience that you can carry into the next one, and those lessons gradually turn a nervous beginner into a confident modeler. Remember, the only difference between a beginner and an experienced modeler is time, practice, and the willingness to keep building. So, that brings me to 2 questions that I have for you. What mistake taught you the biggest lesson? And what advice would you give to a beginner? Put your answers in the comment section. I always love hearing from you, as you well know. Don't forget about all the links and all the discount codes that I have for Gallery Airbrush, Gallery Store on Amazon, my merch store. That link is there. They're all in the video description. So go check out the video description. Check out all those things that are linked. Remember, it's gallery days right now until September 15th. They have some great discounts on their merchandise, so it's a perfect time if you need something, if you need more Kaleido paint, if you need something for your airbrush, anything. It's a perfect time to get it right now. And you can always use my discount code MWMike at checkout to even get an extra 10% off, even that added on to the sale price. You'll end up saving lots of money, folks. So let's see, the next video is going to be weathering using just normal household products. I'm going to run 4 tests weathering a model with just stuff you find around the house. So that should be pretty excellent. and entertaining maybe. You never know. So that's all I got for this one, folks. You know what we always say around here. Never stop pushing your modeling boundaries. Until next time, we will see you later. Bye-bye.